then we will move on to the next portion, which is Troll. So, Lisa, would you like to lead us in the class for Trollocrat?
How's my mic? It was cutting out a bit when you were talking. Can you even hear me? Perfect. Let me get my notes.
Tag, you're it.
Tag, I'm it. So you've been asked to do Troll. Are you perhaps the park chancellor? Probably. But doesn't have to be the park chancellor who does Troll. Doesn't always have to be that person. So we're gonna go with bid. On the bid, you're gonna notice if you've been asked to do Troll, how long is the event? Is the event a 2-day event? Are they asking you to be Troll for 48 hours straight? You should probably not say yes to that. That should be a job for more than one person. Yeah. Nope.
For a second, I thought you were going to say bring a sleeping bag and just camp out the Troll.
I am not Renee, who just needing to say she did the Troll pretty much the entire time and only had to. I don't even think she took breaks when she could take breaks. She was just there. She's super human and not normal, and she is a superhuman. Normal people can't sit in one spot 48 hours at a time. So, as an autocrat, please don't ask one person. You can have a Trollocrat and have a Trollocrat have a team, which is fine. Have one person who is indefinitely in charge of the money, checking in on the money, and making sure that all of the stuff that's going on at Troll, it's their responsibility to get it to the autocrat afterwards. That's fine. But never just ask one person for a very large and long event. Even for a single day event, you need to make sure in your bid that you have a backup, because Troll is important. You cannot really have an event where people are coming to pay cover and not have a Trollocrat. It doesn't work. Because then you have random people taking money and or nobody paying or everybody, yeah. So in your bid, always have a backup. Have your main Trollocrat. If it's a long event, have shifts, which will, yeah. Let me think. What else needs to be in your bid? Not much for Troll, because that's usually the autocrat sets up everything else for the financy thing. Troll is more on the day. So anything that you think that would go on a bid for a Trollocrat specifically.
I'd say only if wristbands. If you're having any sort of alcohol or age restriction thing, and if your park doesn't have a lockbox,
cash box,
then just having that for
it's mandatory.
Yeah,
which is the first time.
Some don't.
That's a good point. That it's actually mandatory for a park to have a lockbox. Maybe it's not in the new corpora. In the old corpora, it was mandated that every park had a lockbox, and if your park treasury cannot afford with your 10% to get a lockbox, then Principality would fund you getting a lockbox.
It's also dependent on your kingdom and park, right? So that's how we do things up here, right? But yeah. you might not have that in your kingdom if you're not from the Nine Blades. So, but you should.
That should be my.
I think the lockbox.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think the lockbox is for the park has to have one, but not everyone uses the park lockbox for events. Because when I run an event, I have my own lockbox.
Okay.
So you might also want to look into having a separate one for that day, because you might think it's a little risky to bring $400 worth of treasury to field for a mid-ring.
Ahead.
Eh?
You're jumping ahead. I haven't got to that part yet. That's the day of. I'm getting there.
So eager.
But you still have to have it on the budget if you have to borrow extra money from your park to have that cash float there.
On the paper!
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Y'all pick up your giant clipboards and notes at the beginning, and I'm like, wow, I have nothing except my head, so I made notes. You want to know what my notes are?
Clipboards for days?
My lines are bid, pre, event, and post. And that's what I'm going to run down.
Just got just like notebooks and things and just notes.
So yes, that wouldn't be on the bid. That would be on the pre. Anyway, on the bid. So wristbands normally are the autocrat's responsibility. It is on the day the troll and crat's responsibility. And also, we'll get to that on the day. I wanted to go in order because you went in such good order, and I just trying not to jump around like I always do. I'm trying to be good. So on the bid,
behind our clipboards.
Yeah. So we always know that Lisa is going to be fascinated, whatever my topic will be. So yes, I literally have on my bid line, agree to be troll, as in set your standard. If you're like me, like Anne was mentioning, and you're a smoker, or say you like to enjoy Bardic Fire, or you just would like to actually socialize at this event at some point and not be sitting at a table for 12 hours, have a backup and agree to terms that your autocrat will provide you a backup or allow you to get a backup. Okay, so that was bid. Now we can get to the pre, right? Do I need the 20-second delay dance? I don't think. Troll is the most boring thing ever, and nobody ever wants to be troll. And I'm like the person who's like, I'll be troll. I love troll. Or Renee. Me and Renee will be troll forever. And Lori. Lori likes being troll.
Nathea. In our park, it's Nathea.
There we go. Okay, so me, Des, and Lori, and Renee, we're just all troll crats.
Yeah.
Okay, so pre-bid. It literally says troll box in pre-bid. So if your park doesn't have
also good
box, Dennis, then you should get one. Or maybe ask your park mate if somebody has a lockbox that you can borrow. That's written down. It was there. Check in your pre-bid. Check in that your backups are still available. So if you have shifts, i.e. a 2 thing, make sure that those shifts are still available. They're still willing to do it. People back out all the time when they realize troll is boring. I shouldn't say that because everybody's going to back out now, but it's not that boring. You can sit next to me and we will talk for 12 hours.
And I will visit you as autocrat.
So yes, pre-bid. So do you have your extra troll box? Because yes, no one should be carrying around a giant troll box of your entire treasury. Rule of thumb is troll box should be about $200 for most events. That's what normal cashiers start their day at a store with $200 of various bills. You can amend that, especially if you have, let's say, a loony or toonie auction, or in the States, $1 or $2 auction. We have loonies and toonies, friends.
They don't
or
have $2
if you need
bills anymore.
I have a $2 bill too from like
yeah,
the 80s.
They don't have them anymore. It's super old.
So yes, make sure that your troll box reflects what you are going to need for the day. So if let's say your troll price is $15, you're gonna need a lot of 5s because everybody's gonna bring a 20. Everybody. So then I would go a little heavier on the 5s than normal. You don't usually need 20s because chances are at least somebody in line has a 20. And nobody usually gives you 50s or 100s and 10s, and so yeah. tens, fives, twos, ones, and quarters, because some people need quarters if there's vending machines on site and such. Yes. And then you should also know if wristbands, if you need wristbands. So this is where you will be talking to if you need to coordinate with security Crat. Because if you have wristbands and there's alcohol on site, you need or should not be the only person at Troll. To if somebody is saying, "Oh no, but I'm 18 or I'm 21, but no, I don't have ID on me," and then they put up a big stink because you will not give them a drinking wristband, or, "Oh, I'm only staying for 5 minutes. Oh, I'm only staying for 10 minutes. I don't need to pay Troll." Yeah, no, you need backup. So that is when I have no idea how the thing is set up. I'm pointing to Darian. He's in one of these areas.
He is
there.
Here. To you, he'd be
there?
Down, other way. There you are. Yep, found him. Nope, that's me. That's him. That's me.
Oh,
yep.
Hey, I'm on top. Nice. Okay, I'm doing this on top. I'm on the bottom. Nice.
On top of the world.
Haven't sworn yet. It's still PG-13.
Just time how long is that gonna last?
Okay.
So remember to hydrate, folks. It's hot out today. Yeah. Please keep hydrated.
It's actually water. This is actually water. That's how hot it is in Canada today. Drink water. The coffee's brewed, though. It's coming next.
Solid.
So yes. You need to ask if you do not have a printer available to you, or someone in the Crat team does not have a printer available. You need to also ask Troll or your Chancellor if you are allotted, or if they have on file, waivers. You need to bring release waivers to every event. That is Troll responsibility. It should be done every event, to be honest. Not everybody does it. If it's a small event. But we should be updating nonstop. That's literally our key to liability. It's really not that expensive. Our waivers are 2 pages, double-sided. Just fill out a waiver. And honestly, if you come to Troll and you say, "Oh no, I already have a waiver filled out," the only way I can check is on the orc that you've been clicked waiver. Unless you're in my park and I know that you've signed, or you signed it with me specifically, even then, you should still be signing a waiver. It's really not that big a deal. 2 seconds to fill it out, and then we have it on file. What else is pre? Troll box. Make sure that the $200, which is food, and then yes, your pre-bid. You need to finalize details with your autocrat. Has the Troll changed for whatever reason? Have they increased the price, decreased the price? Is Troll going to, is the autocrat going to be giving discounts, travel discounts? Basically, you need to know who pays what, when, and why, and how. Or else you're going to be needing to have somebody sit for you while you go get the autocrat every 5 minutes saying, "Oh, this person says there's a travel discount, but you didn't tell me anything about that, so now I'm arguing with people," and already they're starting the event off really bad. Because you're literally the first person they see in the door, and they don't want to start it with a non-wacky bat fight. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a jerk. And I don't want to be a jerk. I want to see smiling, happy faces. As a Trollocrat, on behalf of all Trollocrats everywhere, please do not just walk into the event and say, "Oh, I'll get you later." We hate that. Because you never do. We hate that. Unless it has been predetermined, some kind of thing. Also, the other thing is not paying for feast or arguing. Being like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to eat feast, so can I get a discount?" That's not our job. That's not our decision as Trollocrat. We're literally here to take. We have already been assigned a task. Our task is, hey, Troll is $20. Nope, there's no discount for feast, or, no travel discount. It's $20. Hence security Crat. Oh, wait, right here. Head security person.
Nope, that's me. Go other way. Other way.
What? It's this side?
Yeah, yep, that's it.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay.
Yep.
You're over here.
I'm the other one.
Okay, well, I would have you at security too. Just saying, if ever you decided to. I'm pretty sure nobody would give you slack. I'm nice. People would give me slack.
No.
People have given me slack. Yes. Please don't take advantage of the doormat troll of Crats. That's why we need security Crat. Okay, anything now? Did I miss anything in pre-bid? I'm sure I did. Go for it.
Sign-in sheets and sign-up sheets. When people, you're gonna need to make sure that you have the sign-in sheets. Sign-up sheets for tournaments and whatnot are super important. All of my sign-in sheets for my events, you usually get a little number next to your name, because the A&S competitions I've run have been double blind. The judges don't know who you are, and I have to make sure that I have those ready to go for the day of the event.
Good point. Good point. Granted, I automatically print that out of my head and would totally forgot to talk about it.
Well, some people use them from their park too.
Yeah, even for just setting up the troll station in general, right? It's good to have the schedule posted there, and also any site rules. That's usually, especially if you've got curfews and things like that. It's good to have somewhere that's referenced.
Yeah.
Having it is good. So if it's a large place, yeah.
You might want to also talk with your autocrat, because I know there's been some events I've been to that have a prepaid option. People used PayPal or something. So if you're doing troll, you need to know if there was a prepay option, or if somebody's possibly staying with the autocrat and paid in advance.
Never do that. Never
Ideally,
do that.
they don't.
I know. But don't do that. Oh my goodness. I know you're trying to save yourself some time by giving one of the Crats your money and then expecting them to come to troll and pay for you. Don't do it, because I see you at the end and I haven't seen you paid. I'm going to bother you. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, this person has my troll. And I'm like, okay, now you've taken me away from my troll table for another 10 minutes while I go find your buddy who has your money. Who has our money, basically. So
please always just pay for yourself.
Yes, please.
Whoever else you're paying for, they also have to sign all the fancy paperwork too.
Yep. Paperwork.
And if you're at one of my events and you sneak past, I will make sure that my Reba Crat is aware, and I have had them not check people's weapons and tell them they're not allowed to play in battle games till they settle up with trolls. So.
Especially if you have an overnight event, having paperwork where you can say what your medical needs are, and your medical contact information and stuff like that. That's also a good thing to have at troll.
Yep, that would be with Metacrat, and I would assume so. Normally, unless there's a designated area, because there's a troll Crat, because there's money there, someone is always going to be there. Please never. Oh, this is event day. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. But yeah, okay, no, that's jumping ahead. We're still on pre. Apologies.
Sorry, I think that was me creeping.
But printing out papers for that stuff.
Yes.
Oh my god. I can't believe sign-in sheets. Okay, so literally I have so many sign-in sheets in my house right now because I physically do them. I've been spoiled because the way that we were doing it Felfrost for a while is you can sign in with the Mork digitally and just scan your little code and stuff like that, and it was working really well. So I don't even do sign-ins. I do it digitally on my phone. That's
there's the little keychain thingies. Ken is amazing. We just shout out Ken for a second there.
I have to shout out Ken every talk I do.
Every talk.
So
way to go, Ken.
But you still have to go to Troll to sign anyway because you need the waiver, and it's true. Usually for tournaments and such. Although, again, in Felfrost, most of the time it's the war Crat doing the sign-in sheets and such, and it's not a troll, which I think you guys do it better. I think all of those things should be a troll. Give me more things to do, please.
Totally. Troll is such a good, like, meeting place, like a good hub of information and stuff.
Yeah. It's a good place to have weapon check, too. Is that troll? Because then they don't even get in the door without having their weapons checked.
Or at least, like, adjacent, so they're not, like, a pile up of people just standing in front of troll and not moving. But, yeah, like, like literally in the same area. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you never ever kind of want people crowding around a giant lockbox of money. It's not giant. It's tiny. They're tiny. So
the thing to do is keep the lockbox off the table. Keep it on the bench beside you, not where everyone can get their hands on it.
You just have it in the pile of the weapons.
Just at the bottom somewhere.
Is this legal? Wham!
Now you bury it, and you've got a treasure map, and you've got it ripped in pieces, so every member of your team has a piece, so no one can find it by themselves. Not a pirate answer at all.
Something I might use for a quest in the future.
So I totally forgot about something pre-event, which, by the way, we covered last time, I'm pretty sure. Always know your fire plans, escape plans, all of the weather plans. Guess who gets to know and translate those things to the people who are coming in? Troll, because we're the first people you see. So, all of the emergency things need to be at Troll, and you need to communicate those things to your players and anybody coming on site. Point them out.
Side comment. Comment is coming in. Chain the lockbox to Valiant. Yeah, alright.
Valiant is the lockbox. I'm just going to use his pockets. He is the lockbox.
Like, go ahead. Rob him. Try.
I can get behind that, except he has to go to every event that I go to, so...
Yeah. I'm alright with that.
Lockbox? That'd be interesting. It would be. But then, again, story.
Just imagining John all just tanked up in his armor, just like with a chain just with the lockbox.
See, originally I wanted to do the chain that I was coming up with. You said in his armor. Now I want to weld the lockbox to his plate mail.
I could. That could be his important verb. Could be the lockbox. I can get behind that.
Now, of course, this is for the 9 blades only, because this is where we happen to have this amazing individual. Do remember that you might have an amazing individual also in your kingdom, and look to that individual to weld to their armor.
Just think of most heavily armored person, most intimidating, heavily armored person in your kingdom right now. Right. And then picture one of those master lock lockboxes welded to the front of his chest. Or her chest.
Yep.
Their chest.
There. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, do I have
super solid advice? Totally solid, real, actual advice.
See, I know you said on their chest, like on their breastplate. But all I'm thinking of is a lockbox welded onto the helmet.
Oh, just the helm?
It's true. Headshots don't count. So, like...
Pole arm in, like, murder strike mode.
Beat with a giant troll pinata. Swear to God. Everybody would hit him.
And this is what happens when it's hot out. We just become delirious, and, yeah.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
I got to say it! Well done.
I never get to say it!
Fair. Good. I approve.
Oh God. Apologize to Tyler because, like, I just yelled it directly into my phone. I apologize. Everybody who's watching. Like, what did you say about that? I haven't got to say that this rain because usually I'm the cause.
I usually say it by now. Yeah, no, it's fair. Well done.
I'm not crying. Okay. Let's get to the event. So, event day. you need to figure out, if you're not already the Chancellor, who's bringing the lockbox. If you're not the Chancellor, usually most Chancellors in my okay, this is basically what I do. So when I'm Chancellor and I am not Troll, I will make you, if I'm giving you $200 out of the park treasury, I'm going to make you sign off that you receive that $200. And then when you return it, I'm going to make you sign off that you returned it to me, and I'm also going to sign off, and you will get this receipt. Anytime money changes hands, there should be signatures, and there should be timestamps. I might be like uber over paranoid, but like I don't want to be responsible for anything being lost. So anytime money is out of my hands, whoever I'm giving it to, if I'm planning to get it back, or even just a receipt, there will be a paper trail. So
it's better to be over paranoid than not prudent enough. So
yeah, if you roll your eyes at me, I mean everybody does, and it's not gonna matter. You're still gonna have to sign the paper for me. I'm sorry. So yeah, event day. How are you getting your troll box? And does that include all of the things you're going to need? As in, were you responsible for printing out all of the things? Or is it all going to be nicely included in your lockbox? Me as Chancellor, in my lockboxes, when I give them to Trollocrats, there are at least 4 envelopes, empty, unmarked envelopes, to separate different things. Because there's always somebody, so one is for receipts. So usually people come to the event, like Crats and stuff, and they bring their receipts, and then they try to give them to the autocrat on the day, in the middle of the event, and the autocrat's like, I am running an event. I will shove this in my pocket, and then it will get lost, and you will never get your money back. Submit your receipts to Troll, and they should have an envelope that is marked receipt. When you hand it over to Troll should be initialing, and you should be initialing your receipt. And then they put it in the envelope, and then, yeah, that is good. There's a paper trail there. Usually, if you need to be paid back, the autocrat needs to be present at Troll, and most of the time, you don't get paid back until after the event. So don't ask to be paid back in the middle of the event, or like, hey, feast is going on, look at all of these people around, hey, can you pay me back my $12 for my war crab budget? No, I can't. Come see me after, or come see me tomorrow. You will get paid. I have your receipt, I promise, but don't do it in the middle of the event. Wristbands, all of your stuff, you should be situated usually at the entrance to the event. If your autocrat is smart, so they will put you at the entrance of the event. It would be really silly to put you at the back, because then everybody's going to the event and never seeing you. You should be at the entrance to the event, with your lockbox, all of your waivers, all of your paperwork, sign-in sheets, all of the information for the site, all the emergency information. You, as Troll, and all of the subsequent people who are going to be covering your breaks or helping you out, should know where everything on that site is. If you need a printout map, that's fine. You don't have to be clairvoyant or whatever. But if somebody asks you, hey, where's the bathroom? You should be able to say, over there. Somebody says, oh my God, where's the medic tent? Over there. You know, you should automatically know. They shouldn't have to go running around to try and find their information. Although there should also be signs, but Trollocrat should be your information go-to. It's an info booth. We are the first person you see.
It's easiest to find, and stash a radio with them. Sorry, steal a radio for yourself as the Trollocrat.
Yes, Troll should always, in my opinion, have a radio, but that's if the event is large, or you have yellow belts running, and they can be the go-between. I've done that too for a smaller event that's not so big. Pages are amazing for that. Side note, I'm a page, so I've also done that. I have been the runner. Okay, so, yep, event schedule, back up, make sure you take a break every once in a while. And if the weather, oh my God, if it's hot like today and you are sitting out in the blazing sun as Troll, you're not going to last. So find a shady spot. Ask the autocrat if need be to move and covered. Like, you're not expected to sit out in the rain just because you're Troll. So we get abused, just saying.
Don't forget to hydrate.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're autocrat, make sure you take care of them and check in on them.
Yes, because we're not moving, right? Always come check out, because chances are we're very busy during the first bit of the event. Midway through the event, it's possible that we haven't talked to anybody in like an hour, and nobody has even come close to us, so we can't take a break, and we're looking for somebody, somewhere, anything. Please interact with us. We are human too. Maybe we would like to go check out all of the lovely auctions and such and put in bids. Maybe we would like to go and enjoy the event, because, yeah, we like to enjoy events too. So, yeah, but always have somebody there. So that's the other big thing, event day. Never leave the box unattended. If you don't have anybody to cover you and you need to move, take the box with you. Never, ever, ever leave it. Ever, ever, ever. And you should only be opening it when you're getting money or giving money, and closing it when it's not in use. Like, oh my God, so important. Never, ever leave it unattended. Ever. It's not enough to slide it under your chair or put it under your jacket and go to the bathroom. Nope, take it with you. I don't even care.
Closing it, locking it, and leaving the key in it, not good.
Yeah, not good.
Actually,
I've never done that, but
I've seen it happen before.
Lockbox you can buy.
Luckily, not here.
Funny story about the lockboxes. Most of the ones you get at Walmart, or some of the ones you can get at Staples. The Wolvenfang lockbox. The keys were lost to it. We lost the combination. And me and Lord Valiant were asked to break into it in one of our forges. Without tools, without keys, and without damaging anything inside, it took us a hammer, a screwdriver, in about 3 minutes. So those lockboxes are good to keep things safe if you are keeping an eye on them. If somebody grabs that and runs away with it, there's nothing that really slows them down from getting into it. So it is noisy to break into, though. I do have to say that out of experience.
I'm not leaving. I'm coming back. Hold on, just a second. These
are the lockboxes
talking about.
Yeah.
These are the master lock boxes. So here's a fun tip. On your lockbox, if you happen to have one, this is our Principality lockbox, because I am the Chancellor right now. There's a number on there, on the lock. If you lose the keys, contact Master Lock. They can make you another one and just mail it to you. That's the thing. So you don't have to ruin a very expensive, because these are about $50, 25 to $50. The big ones like this, about $50. So, and if you hammer and screwdriver, it's kind of done, right? So if you
those don't go back together really well afterwards.
A little one-time.
So like you're basically bashing in the pins. So this is not like a safe, which is why I say you can't leave it. Even if it's locked, you can't leave it. They're not meant to be all end all. It's like just a sort of deterrent. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a deterrent. So never leave your site. Mine is actually rather large, 8.5, because I can keep all the waivers and paperwork and stuff like that in there, because usually a Principality event involves a lot of receipts and waivers and stuff like that. So our I think Allie actually bought this one. I think this is the one that Allie bought, because she bought one of the bigger ones, because I remember before it was tiny, and this is one of the bigger ones. So
yeah, being able to fit a full sheet of paper in there is really, really good.
Yeah. My key is in an actual different spot. I don't keep it with the box, obviously. So I don't want to run around to go grab it because it's a little far. But yeah, lockboxes. Yeah, that was just a tip thing.
Actually bringing that up for the pre-bid stuff. If you have to buy your own for your event, or you're looking at buying one, keep in mind that it's a deterrent. Don't go out and buy like $150 lockbox thinking it'll keep somebody out and it's the end all be all. You can risk manage it. You don't buy a $10 one. Don't buy a $150 one. Find something that you know fits the bill of being a deterrent, and it's not a safe. So
yeah, because it needs to be transportable. It needs to be reusable, because chances are you're using either park or principality funds to buy it, so that means it belongs to park principality. And yeah, it's literally it's a deterrent, and it's somewhere to keep everything contained and under lock and key, because you, as I said, should never be leaving it. The person that you were leaving in charge when you go for break should never be leaving it, ever, 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 ever. Yeah, I see just nods of agreement. So like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think event thing. So make sure everybody signs in. That is the hardest part. Oh my god, that is literally the hardest part, because people will just hand you money and be like, okay, sign in. What credit do you want? Oh, I'll decide later. Okay, chances are you're getting color at the end of the event, because I'm not going to chase you. I've done it too many times. Too many times. Yeah, okay, so lies. I'll probably message you and be like, are you sure you wanted nothing? Because you didn't put anything. You said you'd decide later. Yeah. Take breaks. Self-care.
Hydrate.
Sunscreen. Hydrate. Yeah. So honestly, Troll should have, I know it's not a medic tent, but it should have water there. Just for if there's an emergency anywhere near there. Have water, have sunscreen, have a first aid kit at Troll, because maybe somebody forgot where the med tent is. Everybody knows where Troll is, because you literally stop there first on your way. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Okay. Event day or entire event. That's through the scope of the event. At the end of the event, if you're not the Chancellor, you need to return that box. Don't take it home with you, please. Don't be like, I'll get you tomorrow. No, don't do it.
Oh, never comes.
I've seen it happen. Nope, don't do it. Make sure that you have all of your stuff. If there's a fundraiser, you have all of the Crat stuff in the box. You have all of the Troll stuff in the box. You should have all of the receipts at the end of the event there as well. Something that's good, actually, to keep it just rolling back, something that's good to keep at Troll and in the Troll box is your rental agreement, if you're renting a spot. So just in case somebody from the place comes in, because you're not the one who's usually rented. Usually Site and Troll are different, sometimes. So you might not be the contact, but then you have the information and you know who is. Yeah, and all of the information. It's also really good, depending if you have, if it's more of a public-facing event, so like at a park or stuff like that, have flyers and stuff for your park. Have all of the regalia and such, and then, because people are going to walk up and be like, hey, what is this? And then you can be like, here, this is Amcard, come play.
Business cards, yeah.
Yep. The rental agreements, just thinking of Bot D, you want to keep things like your porta potties, the ditching lights on at Troll as well, because if something breaks down, you have the phone numbers, who to call, what the emergency contacts are, and your autocrat is going to panic and forget all of that information, and they're going to have to come get it. So make sure you have it on you.
Yeah, they're constantly going to be running around and stuff, so them trying to get back to a location that has it, yeah, it's good to have that at Troll.
Troll is one of the best central places to keep all of the important stuff, because Troll never moves. There's always a Troll. There's always a sign-in place. It's good to keep the basic important information there. And usually your Trollocrat will be more than happy to facilitate that kind of stuff. So, yep, Trollocrat is one of those people who should be reading the bid in completion, because chances are you're the one who's going to get the questions. So if you'd be like, well, what time is ANS? And you're like, oh, well, now they have to go find somebody to figure out what time ANS is, when you could just have a printout sheet of the bid and be like, hey, it's at 2 o'clock in this building over here. Have fun! Yay! Entering the event with a smile, not entering an event with, oh my god, where's ANS? I need all of my things, it might be now, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, skipping back to it forward. At the end of the event, if you are not Chancellor, make sure your Chancellor gets all of the giant package of what is given to Troll. If you are the Chancellor, talk to the Autocrat. There's usually a breakdown at the end, where you talk to the Trollocrat. Sometimes there's a count. Sometimes it's done separately if you are the Chancellor. If you're not the Chancellor, sorry, I'm saying Chancellor a lot. Okay. Not the
so
Chancellor.
So often that your Chancellor is the Trollocrat.
No, it's so... No, I was Regent and Troll before. But even then, because I was giving the box back. So if you're not the Chancellor, there needs to be a count done before you hand it back to the Chancellor, and then you sign off on it. So you're both going to sit down in a safe and not public and in the middle of the room area, and you're all going to count exactly and match it up with the attendance to make sure that everybody did pay. Normally, when I do sign-in sheets, I'll put paid beside it, because there's always somebody who's like, I didn't bring cash. And I'm like, okay, go get cash. And yeah, there's always somebody. So, and I rambled, and then I forgot the other thing. Receipts. Make sure all of your receipts are there from all of your Autocrats, and those go to the Chancellor in the box. You need to decide, or the Autocrat needs to decide, if they are going to pay out at the event after the event is finished. So if there's a big line of all the Crats who are looking to get paid back, the count needs to happen before they get paid back. That's the way that I do it. Sorry, I shouldn't say needs to happen. The way that I do it is I count everything first to make sure that everything has been logged and then paid out. And you have to make sure that you log somewhere that this Crat has been paid out, because it will be on your profit and loss, which is very important. And then you'll know who's been paid and who hasn't. Again, this is up to your Autocrat whether they want to pay at the event, or if they're going to do it at a later date, or yeah, I don't know. I've always done it at the end of an event, unless it's Ken. Hey, another Ken mention, because Ken never seems to want to take money on the day, ever. So, or he drives away and leaves early, and we're like, but we want to pay you, Ken, for your amazing it. So, yeah.
I just had the mental image of Faywellen chasing after Ken's vehicle with money in hand.
I mean, I did find not with money, but like I have waved him down. I mean, I'm super lucky. I live really close to him, so I'm also somebody who honestly, when I'm Feastocrat, I don't get paid back on the day, because that's a significant. I don't know. Feastocrat sometimes I guess gets paid later, because I've never been paid on the day either. But like Craft and War and Medic usually do. It also depends if your Crats are coming from out of town. So like if they're leaving the next morning at 8 o'clock, they need to be paid out before they leave, right? So, but I don't know, I guess. No, I got paid after. Yep, I usually get paid after. I guess it's up to you guys. This is different. It just, eventually you need to have the paperwork, basically, that everybody got paid back, everybody submitted their receipts. Trollocrat is responsible for keeping all of those receipts on the day. That's at the end of the event. Post-event. Post-event is literally after the event, in my case, where you have to do the total receipt, make sure all your funds are separated. So when you're counting the thing, because we just talked about funded Crat and stuff. Don't count everything together. Don't mix stuff up. Don't be like, oh, look, this raised 430 or 445. Like, no, wait, let's do. I'm trying to think of a 45-cent thing. Don't take money from Troll to even it up to 50 cents. Even a little bit. Doesn't matter. It all needs to be very separate. So make sure that you label all of those envelopes that I have given you and all of the other chancellors, because now they're going to adopt that practice. All of the, have a pen. Oh, side note, always bring pens to Troll.
Never.
Bring your own pens. Don't rely on anybody to bring you pens.
Pens.
Yes, steal pens. Don't bring your very good scroll making calligraphy pens, because people will take them, speaking from experience, and never give them back. I lost a very nice pen, just saying. Somebody has a really nice calligraphy pen in the 9 Blades. That belongs to me. And I have a Bic instead. And I do just as well. But yes, bring pens. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. That's also in my Chancellor box, is envelopes, pens, the receipt book, and specially printed receipts. Random. So yes. I already said, depends on your autocrat whether you're paying back your crats, but it all needs to be documented. Basically, the post-event is just making sure all of your documentation is correct and matches up. Does your attendance match up with what Troll pulled in? If it doesn't, find out why. Because usually it's probably documented somewhere. Like, ask your autocrat. It's very possible. So this should never happen as a side note, but it does. Your autocrat goes into the Troll box and pays someone out and doesn't tell you. It happens. Don't let them do that. That's why you never let the box. I'm petting it right now. Just have a visual. I'm petting the box. Don't let it out of your hand. Draw a face on it, and if you have to, give it a name. It is now your best friend. Yes. Googly eyes. I need googly eyes now.
No, googly eyes. Googly eyes fix everything.
If your autocrat is taking money out of that box, slam it. Feel free to break fingers.
Well, no.
Otherwise,
Oh my god.
P&L.
One of you, that's different. I meant if they're doing it and you not telling you, then you're going to come up as a deficit, and we never want a deficit, ever. And actually, you honestly, you don't want above either, because then you have to figure out or explain why you have more than you should. Like, why? Did somebody not take attendance? Did somebody not sign in? Are we missing attendance credits now? Or was that part of the fundraiser thing and somebody threw it in your Troll box and should it be there? Like, this is why when you were the Trollocrat, every financial interaction that happens at an event will be used and needs to have a paper trail. So, yeah. Yes, write everything down. Receipt books. No, I gave it to Natasha. Natasha has my receipt books, I think. Oh, no, it would be Mira now. Mira is Spellfrost Chancellor. So, but you can just print out, like, again, these are not, like, claimable receipts. You can just print out on your computer, I am a receipt from the Principality, or I am a receipt from Linagond, or I am a receipt from Wolvenfang, and then put payee, payer, sign, date, and you keep a copy, they get a copy. That's it. And it's a paper trail. And that should be kept for 5 years, just so you know. Or 7, depending. But yeah, it's not a claimable receipt. Even if it comes out of one of those fancy Nancy Staples receipts books, you can't claim it on your taxes. Sorry. We're not a charity. Okay, I think I've babbled long enough. If you ever have questions about Troll, or you want to ask me to be Troll, I am always available for anything. Yep. Heart. I really have to pee.
Well, Reeve is up next. If you want to do so, you can start into Reeve.
I love reaving them. Tournament reaving is my favorite.
It's okay. We're
saying...
videotaping this. This is... You can watch it back after.
And after refill my water, tail hydrate. Just saying. Best
Don't worry, I have plenty.
Oh, it's such a cool...
Halloween. Dollar store in Loblaws has different colors. So I have 4 years of different colors. This was like 2 years ago. They had this. This year they had like a clear opalescent one. Then I have a purple one. Then I have a red one. 1 year they had orange and I didn't get any. But day after Halloween, they go on sale for 10 cents and they're like actual cups. So they're very cool. Anyway, hot tip. Get cool skull things.
It's true. It's true. Okay.
I'll be right back.
So, make sure you mute yourself. Lisa.
Too late.
Lisa. Okay,
so
yeah, if anyone has any questions, again, remember that 20-second delay. But feel free to tag me in the Twitch chat or in live time the featured park chat on the Principality of the Nine Blades Discord. If no one has